Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, October 20th, 2022. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. This type of trading should be entered with risk capital only, meaning funds that you can afford to lose. All right. Good morning, Miles, Arizona Bob, Jeff. All right, YM is flat at the moment, looking for its first trade. Actually, the market's open. And soybeans looks like it just bounced away from us a little too quick. So looking for a new trade on soybeans. While we've got a minute, let's take a look at crude then. Nothing yet on the Russell. So crude, our 9 o'clock start time. We had this trade that was a minute before our start and was 2 seconds after our start time, was down below and never came back. So no trade there. We pick up the short at 5 seconds after the hour. Goes up first, too fast to catch. Then we get in sync with it coming back down. Gets money management and target one for 20 ticks. And stops out for a single tick on the trailer on the second position. So 21 ticks in the morning. One and done on the December contract. And YM 7-second bar. Maybe you got in it, maybe not. That went through pretty quickly, it looked like. And the Russell all of a sudden getting active as well. Seven-second bar, maybe you got possibly time to get in that one. That one, looks like it probably hit break even before it hit target 3. So I'll call that a break even trade. Avoidable on the short. There is a new short on soybeans, but no trigger yet. And a new long. The short has not canceled yet either. So long or short on soybeans. I would tend to push that up at least a tick beyond the session high. I'd push that up to 89.75 for the entry on the long. It still gives us a large enough target 1 to be viable. YM with a long trade from 496 And that just hit target 1. That will be a one and done session when it completes. $4.99 for the stop. Plenty of back and forth there to get in. Yeah, lots of time to get in. 507 for the stop now. Soybeans in no man's land. The short did cancel, so that's off the table. I would take the adjusted entry at 89.75 here on soybeans for the long. And good morning, Pamela. So crude getting a one and done session this morning. We'll look at unleaded shortly. YM stopping out to complete the YM session with a one and done. So one and done with the target 1 and trailer, whether you got the short or the long. We've hit the entry, the unadjusted entry on soybeans a couple of times, but I would push a couple of ticks above the session high to 89.75. It's a 3-tick adjustment. I want to make sure this is not a fizzling move up. And there we just triggered in. Quick move through there. The order should have been in place well before that. And coming back through, so definitely should be filled on that. Unleaded, very similar to crude this morning. Long 1 minute before our start. And at our start, we're below the entry and going down. We pick up the short at 4 seconds after. Plenty of 16 seconds before it comes back down and hits the entry again. So plenty of time to get in that. That one goes target 1. If you're trading target 1, that'll be a POQ. Stops and reverses from 57. So we get stop and reverse at 57, hits money management, and it looks like target 1 again. If you're trading target 2, that'll be your POQ. And that's 2 money management trades for those trading target 2. So crude and unleaded both both POQ this morning, as was the YM. Still waiting on soybeans. We've got a break even and a loss on Russell. Short side, 2 seconds, 5 seconds. 5 seconds to target 1, so that one's not tradable on the short. Even though that was a winning trade, it just threw there too fast. And lots of moves, but no trades here. Okay, there's a short. 8:36 exchange time, by the way. That's traded out of Chicago. same second. And we got plenty of time to back to this area. All right, hits. Pick up money management, and we get a break even. So that's 2 break evens, 1 loss. Long trade, 2 seconds, and it pulled back. So we're definitely in long on the Russell. Oops, that's not what I want. That's the one I'm looking for. So 8:34 start, 4-minute wait after open on the micro NQ. Catapult, 12-point brick, 3-point offset. And loss number 2, we come short on the Russell. We come short again. 1, 5, 7. We got 9 seconds to money management. I would say that one's probably untradeable as well, although that hits a scalp target at target 3 and a 1-tick stop. So moving too fast in that case. Okay, as I said on the MNQ, that's too early. And the long looks like that probably pulled back before our start. So our first trade is definitely the short. Picks up a break even. We have another short. That could be avoidable. I'll take it as a second loss. And long gets us a third loss. Another break even. And the Russell looks like it may have yeah, that one went too fast. 2 seconds and it was gone. And what did we get on MNQ? If you avoided this second short, we're still in the session. 2 break evens, 2 losses so far. Five, 8, 9, 10 seconds. Doesn't look like it's likely to have pulled back, but you need to just look in the timing on that. Likely to be not tradable. And soybeans is still hanging around in the long trade. Stop and reverse to short was filtered by this hybrid mode. The trend indicator is blue, so only be able to take, not able to take short reversals here. All right, the Russell coming back down with a short. And 6 seconds to target 1. And yeah, 6 seconds to money management. So that one's too fast. It was just a break even anyway. So the Russell is flat. MNQ in a trade that was not tradable for us. Wow, and their MNQ just went through, popped up through targets and trailing. And the Russell setting up a long. And you got a longer time on that bar. Looks like a break even there. Just shy of target 3. MNQ through all 4 targets and trailing, but that's a trade that likely went through too fast for us to catch. Okay, one other thing to go back and look at, and that is the pound Aussie. We picked up a short trade. Our start time is at 8:30. That trade was 8:34.59. That's on my Awanda data. Getting a 12 tick target 1, 12 pip target 1. So that is a minimum win. And looks like maybe 3 pips on stopping out at 76 from the entry at 79. So 3 pips on the other 4 positions. That's 12 pips. So 24 pips total. Not huge, but still a POQ on the morning. One and done. And soybeans almost pushing to target 1. One tiny tick away. MNQ still powering upward. Now, maybe not powering upward, but had a couple of wicks here. In fact, this bar is showing a wick. Pull back, now in the middle. And Russell with a quick short. That went too fast to have caught. Yeah, 1 second to money management. Actually, we have not. Didn't we get 33.4? So we had to go to 32. Yep, we got money management on that one. So that one just stopped out at break even. Too fast. And the MNQ is now flat. Looking for a trade. Soybeans didn't get that last tick. Still looking for target 1. All right, about 10 minutes to our 10 a.m. crude session. Russell and MNQ and the NQ, both micros are both flat at the moment. Soybeans is long. And those are our active three. The other charts are POQ this morning. Russell with a long, lots of time to get into that. 35.6. Target 3. So that's a winning trade. That'll be the last trade of the session. And plenty of time to get in along on the micro NQ as well. And crude picking up a short before our start time. I'm sorry, a long before our start time. And that looks like it, well, if it goes through the session high, it's going to probably get to money management before our start time for the 10 a.m. session. Still between 8 and 9 minutes. Targets 3 and 4 on the Russell. 37.9 now for the stop. And the MNQ hitting money management. 205.25 for the stop. Our entry was 205 even. So this will at least be a break-even trade. And crude pushing on up, going through target 1 and 2. So that trade is off the table as a get in sync for our 10 a.m. session. $17.39.9 on the Russell for the Russell stop. Micro NQ setting a new session high. All three market indices that we have up right now are in positive territory on the day since the open at 5 p.m. yesterday. $40.4 on the Russell. Still at 205.25 on the micro NQ. That one's getting quite a bit of resistance, pushing through the session highs, it looks like. Just kind of back and forth. Although the general progression is up. not doing so with any great authority. And now looking like it's reversing a bit. In fact, all three indices reversing a bit. The Russell stopped out at 740.4. So that will complete its session this morning. Just 3 executable trades so far this morning on the MNQ. 2 losses and a break even. Actually, 4. We're in trade number 4, which if it stops out here will be another break even. And it looks like it just did. Low of, yep, it just touched the stop. So that is break even number 2. Crude through the 4th target and trailing, looking for a new setup for a 10 a.m. session. Coming up in just under 5 minutes. All right. Down to 3 minutes to our, and here's a new long trade on crude. Now the question is, do we get a chance to take this trade or will it go away from us? Coming back, still 2 minutes to go. And there is a short that triggers. I'd take that down to 87 and at least get away from the 20, but still over a minute to go. 50 seconds and heading lower. We'll see if it gives us another chance at an entry. Target 1, money management and target 1 just above the 50 EMA. And the Russell showing us a short that we're not going to be taking. Getting close to money management on that, so that trade very well may come off. MNQ with a short, 11.99 even. I'm sorry, 11.199 even. And definitely in that short. Crude coming back up in our session. And in the short, I would say make that 87. And a potential stop and reverse at 9:01. Still short for the moment on crude. Stop and reverse will stay in place because an unadjusted trade did trigger in. There is our stop and reverse. And soybeans working its way up through target 1, target 2 as well, and getting really close to target 3. Yeah, it just hit target 3. So 10, 16, and 22, 38, 48 ticks, and trailing at 91.50. And I said 89.75. That's right. So we're going to lose 9 ticks on the targets. So 39 ticks on the targets because of our entry adjustment around the session high. So 89.75 to 91.50 is 7 ticks. And yeah, that's target 1, so 7 ticks. So we're current, and there's another 8th tick. So we're at 46 total if we stop out here. And still short. Picking up a new short that will cancel the long stop and reverse. And given the complexion of this, I would probably put my stop back up above the session high. Give this one as much room as possible to develop. Testing the 50 again. All right, the MNQ taking a third loss, it looks like, right around 10 o'clock. So that would end the session. Unfortunately, just before a nice winning trade. Right. Crude is short on the 10 a.m. session. Surviving the stop and reverse. We're actually in this prior short, the green short. Will crude continue to go upward, or will it revert back to the 200? That's the outcome that we're rooting for, obviously. We'll have to wait and see what the market does. Everybody's being quiet again this morning. Regular schedule will get back again next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Normal times. And Wednesday crude oil report, 10:30. And crude testing the 50 again. See if we can, pushing through it. Now, can we get a close below? There's money management. So your stop would come to 86 with our entry adjustment. And there is target 1. So that's going to be a one and done session. Took a while to work out, but made it through the session. And that's a second POQ session for the morning, 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. 86.73 for the stop. And looking for target, we can pick up the stop from this. And I believe that's target 2, 54. Yep, we definitely got target 2. So that completes the trade on our basic trade plan, two fixed targets. Calculator still trailing at 71. Market, other than the Russell and the MNQ, the micro Russell and the micro NQ, fairly quick action this morning. Soybeans took a while, and actually, soybeans long trade is still trailing at 91.75, and crude is trailing at 86.71, and everything else is done. All three market indices at session highs. Crude up some $4 from yesterday. When we were trading, it was down around mid 82s. And crude stopping out at 68. That completes that. And soybeans with an upward, pushing through session highs again. 13.93 even for the stop. All right. So the only thing now that we're waiting on now is soybeans. It's been, strangely enough, it got into its initial long trade at 933. All right, set up at 933.13. So we've been in that trade for 40 minutes. But it's still working its way upward. Looks like the Russell, the NQ, and the YM all strong upward, as well as soybeans. Pound Aussie just rolled over. I say just rolled over in half an hour ago. And crude just kind of drifting lower at the moment, or over the last 20 minutes or so. But it drifted far enough lower to get us POQ on the 10 o'clock session. 93.75 for soybeans. So that's 4 points, 16 ticks. On top of our 39 gives us 55, and it just stopped out. So that will end the morning session on all of our charts. $13.75 points on soybeans on the morning. Any questions or comments? I will see some of you in the CEO Trader Mastermind training at noon today. Otherwise, I will see everybody else on Tuesday. Good luck with trading. You're trading tomorrow and Monday. Have a good weekend, and we'll see everybody Tuesday. And thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Miles. Everyone have a good weekend.